What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? I'm looking at the Philippine family. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Go home. Lin, go home. Ariel, go home. Where's sis at? Where's sis? Go home. She trying to give me some coffee, y'all. Yeah, in the Philippines. I'm about to come home soon. I'm gonna go home. Oh, she got the earbuds. Hey, girl, oh, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. What is up? We were supposed to. I can't believe Diddy locked in a cell, tunnels under his house, and he can't make bail. Neighbors scared stiff. They scared stiff. They won't even retrieve they ball, because when it bounced over Diddy gate, they won't call. Hey, ain't no doorbell ringing, ain't no fence climbing. This is they words. That's what they said. The little kids next door. He said he was the next door neighbor. He said, when our ball go over there, we don't even knock on the door, man. We don't know what he doing in there. Hey, check this out, man. Breaking, Diddy really made up an imaginary attacker in jail. Go on, Tisha. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a title. Now that's a title for you.
What's up?
This is a title. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Oh, wait a minute. Let me give her a thumbs up. I gotta give her a thumbs up. I give everybody a thumbs up. Everybody trying to push these channels, man. Everybody trying to push them. So Uncle Mike trying to help them just like they helping me, I guess. I don't know. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, you want us to know, and quote unquote, Sean Diddy Combs woke up with a to his throat in a prison attack. Girl, what? Y'all, Judge Aaron, order test. They're getting Tucci in the MDC. I don't know how. I have no proof. It's just a thing. But to me, it sounds like they getting MDC. I mean, they getting Tucci in the MDC because, girl, what? Not Sean Diddy Combs going to Tory Lane's account, going the Tory Lane's way, making up fake prison brutality so he can get some sympathy to be released on a pardon. What do his lawyers expect to happen? Oh my God. Diddy woke up with to his throat. But the operative word is he woke up. Oh, wait, he woke up. Oh, man. What? Is this supposed to make us feel sorry for this man? The whole country thinks that Judge Aaron went soft on you. The whole country thinks that Judge Aaron went soft on you. I actually admire Judge Aaron for the way he massaged the legal system to get it to where it needed to be. He was not acting as the 13th juror. He was acting as a judge that was not fazed with star power. But everybody else thinks Judge Aaron took pity on Diddy. And instead of being grateful that he's not sitting up there for 5 to 7 years trying to figure out, trying to literally put messages in Baby Loves Build-A-Bear, Daddy loves you. Put that demonic bear in the closet.
Daddy loves
Lock
you.
it away. That little bear might be having freak-offs with the My Little Ponies and whatever else the kids are playing with these days. And anyway, right? You expect us to feel sorry for Sean Diddy Combs, a man that drop-kicked every woman he was around because they so much as fixed their lives. A man that literally went head-to-head, stomping out and brutally beating mothers, girlfriends, everything that he could. Because
a man who has 80 civil cases on him about abuse. One of them got to be right. Cassie ain't the only one. Kim Porter ain't the only one. But all of a sudden, everybody just going to gang up and say, yeah, he did it to me too. You already got the freak offs. You got all these freak off tapes. He a freak. What you think he was doing? Oh my God, man. Y'all making it. It's the writing on the wall, Diddy. I'm sorry, man. Everybody took a vote. You know, if I was president, you got to vote. Gotta go. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You just don't go away mad. Just go.
He
Don't
didn't like
sit
the
right
way
in
they
that
look,
jail.
and we don't know all the facts. The man that lived this life about don't act up, don't talk shit, act tough, what did he say? Talk shit, I don't know. I'm trying to make some analogy. But the man that literally lived his life on straight thugging, straight intimidation, straight brutality. You want us to feel bad because somebody in CB4 got tired of your ass?
CB4.
First of all, I don't even believe this happened.
That was a movie, yeah.
I believe that Diddy is so desperate to get out, and he's so used to playing, I'm sorry, I'm just a baby, right? He's so used to playing this role that I think he thinks that if he can create something, we're going to be like, oh my God, protect him. Man, throw him in the jail with some MFing lions, tigers, and bears, and make sure they haven't eaten. And let's see how he gets when he uses hands and feet. This is what Maureen Comey was talking about when she was like, oh, when it's women, he likes to use his hands and feet. But when it's a man, he need a bang bang because he knows that he can't go toe to toe. He got to put security on them. He only knows how to beat women. See, when a man stepped to him, where was the Diddy? Where was the rah-rah? Where was the hoo? Where was all that stuff? Where? Hit you with the who. Where was it? Where was it? Anyway, I don't even think this happened. And yes, I do think that maybe somebody did, but I think Diddy paid him. Diddy is diabolical. I saw him in court. I saw the way his court, they are diabolical. I don't think they're above paying an inmate's family for him to do something. And maybe the inmate get a few more years and Diddy, right? And a few more years, and then Diddy gets out early and they just pay money. Diddy paid for everything else. What else? But let's listen to this, right? This is what you think is going to make the country be like, no, let that man out. The man that bought him, take this money. Get that. The man that bought us the Harlem Shake.
Get this money. Take this money.
And I do want to say this. If Diddy...
He didn't bring us the Harlem Shake. Some kids brought that to they was out there doing, oh my God. Diddy just put it on MTV, that's all. I seen the kids doing that joint long time ago before, and it was different too. Them kids can do it. He ain't do no Harlem. Oh my God.
Music.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Influenced your life that much that you're willing to overlook this. You need to find God. You need to get therapy. This isn't about Diddy. This is about there's something in your anxious attachment style. There's something with generational curses. There's something going on that this man making a song that you can do a bop to and is enough to override everything that he's doing. Find God. But listen, let's have a good old little powwow.
I'm running out of water.
Now, this is directly from Page 6 and Daily Mail. Sean Diddy Combs woke up with a knife to his throat. Look at God's glory. And prison attack. But didn't they tell us in, what was it? In court that Diddy had united all the gangs and they were all working under him in his free game by Diddy. He changed so many people's lives. Where did this violence come from? He didn't change people's lives? Listen, fake Tory Lanez fake act for a fake pardon. TMZ has doubled down. The White House said, hell no, we will see what actually comes of this. But hold on, let me pull this article up. Okay, I found it. Sean Diddy Combs survived a prison attack, according to the rapper's longtime friend, Charlucci Finley. And he was in court every single day. He is Diddy's longtime friend and he's like family. I remember seeing him in court. He never wavered. He was 10 toes down for Diddy.
Yeah.
Charlucci Finley alleged to the Daily Mail on Wednesday that the embattled music mogul woke up with a...
My bad. He was the only one that I'd seen with the free Diddy shirt on. There was one other guy, but he was just filming. He told some, this is a special shirt. See, you can't get this shirt. And I'm looking at him like, I don't want the damn shirt. Why is it so special? Anyway, here we go.
Court. He never wavered. He was 10 toes down for Diddy.
10 toes down.
Charlucci Finley alleged to the Daily Mail on Wednesday that the embattled music mogul woke up with a knife to his throat in his MDC Center jail cell. Don't worry, you won't be out. You won't be at Fort Dix, but that's probably why he picked it, Fort Dix. He was like, ooh. But all jokes aside, you're going to be in a jail soon. Don't worry about it. I don't know whether he fought him off or the guards came. You don't know whether Diddy fought him off or the guards came. If Diddy fought him off, everybody in court would have been talking about it. It would have been on his prison bureau record. There would have been something. They would have used that as an excuse to get him out on bail. You don't know whether he fought him off or called the guards. According to the Rats and Roaches in Diddy's cell, he is a B.I. And only likes to do freak-offs. No, I'm just joking. I haven't talked to the Rats and Roaches in Diddy's cell. He got them
Not
playing
yet.
Carisha roulette. Anyway, would you rather kiss her antler or take a shot?
Oh my God.
Anyway, all jokes aside, you don't know whether he fought him off or called the guards. Diddy's punk called the guards. That's where my money is. Because if he didn't, we would have heard about this. Now, Carlucci has known Diddy for more than 30 years, claimed without specifying when this allegedly took place. I just know that it happened. I believe it happened too because it was in the court docs that Diddy said it happened, but there's no... Judge Aaron was like, moving on. He speculated that the frightening encounter was meant more as a threat than an actual attempt to hurt Diddy. And see, this is why I think Diddy... First of all, I think this is all fake. I think Diddy orchestrated all of it if it happened. If it happened. But second of all, I also think that this is why Diddy won at Fort Dix. It's close enough to New Jersey. All his security, all his connections in jail, he doesn't have to worry about being hurt or extorted. All right? I think that's why he won at Fort Dix. I think that if he goes to a jail outside of Fort Dix, he will be in general population. And as much as there were all these men on their knees on YouTube begging to lick anything Diddy would let him touch, metaphorically, of course, because Diddy's behind bars, I do actually think that I do think there's a lot of people that don't give a damn about Diddy, but they give a damn about Diddy's money. And I hope to God nobody looks at Diddy as like food and know that all their families can have a very, very, very Merry Christmas if they got Diddy on those phone calls being like, hey, baby, put your mommy on the phone. Yo, tell them to wire 20 million, please. I think that Diddy's worried about being extorted. I think he's worried about being beat up. I think he's worried about being exploited. I think that he is worried that he will be treated like the victims in the case said that he treated them. They said, if this guy wanted to harm him, Sean would have been harmed. It would only take a second to blank his throat with a weapon or murk him. First of all, it wasn't a knife. It was a sharpened toothbrush. So it's like a prison shank. That was in the court documents. I don't think a prison toothbrush can, but I do think it can in the courtery. That's just my guess. Anyway, he said, it was probably a way to say, next time you ain't gonna be so lucky. Everything is intimidation, but with Sean, it won't work. Sean is from Harlem, all right? So keep your Harlem ass in jail. You from Harlem, right? You hear that? Guards, he from Harlem. Leave him. Leave him. Because let me tell you something. He from Harlem. Guards, he from Harlem. Leave him. Judge Aaron, he from Harlem. Leave him. Trump, he from Harlem. Leave him. Let's see how tough Diddy is without his goons, without his Molly, his ecstasy, his Tucci, without the stripper gear that he makes everybody wear. Let's see how tough Diddy is without his money, his goons, and all the people and all his connections. Let's see. He from Harlem. Leave him. Good. I agree. And I do agree something with them too. If this guy wanted to blank him, Sean would have been harmed. I don't think this happened. I don't. I think Diddy either made it up or he paid someone to do it. I saw the stunt queen antics that happened in court, especially during the sentencing. I 100% believe that this was a Tyler Perry production. It was probably a way to say, next time you ain't going to be so lucky. Everything is intimidation. Diddy would know that. He spent half his life terrorizing the women he claimed that he cared about. He spent half his life busting Steve Stout in the head with whatever. He spent half his life, Shakir Stewart, Chris Lighty. He spent half his life. He said, look, talk about almost an artist on Bad Boy, mad about the money in the split. Again, everything is about intimidation. Diddy learning today. He called his 55-year-old pal unbreakable, praising the Grammy winner as a lovable caregiver, a father, a brother, and a best friend. He added, I'm confident he's going to do whatever it takes to make sure he's still Sean Combs when he comes out.
Whatever it takes is the
Here's
problem.
The thing.
That's the problem.
We all hope Diddy repents and becomes the man that he told us he was and that he presented himself to be. Nobody wants a broken, limp noodle coming out. I hope he goes back to who he was. My problem is, if you listen to Gene Dill and early interviews, Sean Combs was a hot mess. I just hope that Diddy finds God while he's in there. Again, his legal team did not immediately respond to Page 6 for comment. They said in September, Diddy's attorneys claimed that he had been on constant suicide watch in jail and approached by a fellow inmate with a makeshift shiv blade out of a toothbrush. After the individual accused Combs of sitting in his chair, the Combing Home rapper talked the man down. These flights of fancy. So somebody tried to approach him with a shiv and said, "You sitting in my chair," and Diddy talked the man down. Diddy is literally having ChatGPT AI hallucinations in jail, but whatever. He submitted a letter to the judge at his October sentencing hearing arguing that he was sober and no longer running from his mistakes. Is he sober? Because these ChatGPT's hallucinations, all this ish happened. And let me tell you something. I'm 100% convinced that Carlucci is actually speaking about this to the Daily Mail because Diddy gave his okay. Because everybody in Diddy's circle has kept a really minimal. He wouldn't be speaking out of turn unless this was a PR thing. And everybody is mobilizing like they're soldiers. I'm just waiting for his mom to give a statement. Or his kids. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't Christian or Justin or somebody tweet, or not tweet, but put hashtag Diddy free? Diddy where? Is he free yet? I don't know. Anyway, this is an absolute hot mess. Are y'all believe in this? I don't.
Nah.
I saw the Tyler Perry production, the Ryan Murphy production, if you will. I'm not. Tyler Perry is giving it too much credit because Tyler Perry be having some good. I talk trash about Tyler Perry, but he be having some good movies. He be having some good movies. But this was a Ryan Murphy production. I hated American Horror Story. This was a Ryan Murphy production that I saw in court for the sentencing.
That's crazy.
So apologies to Mr. Tyler Perry. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with Cassie's words. As much progress as I've made in recovering from his abuse, I remain very much afraid of what he is capable of and the malice he undoubtedly harbors toward me for having the bravery to tell the truth. Yeah. Listen, what y'all think? Y'all buying it? I'm not. But anyway, shout out to Diddy and their team. This is the best y'all can do for the pardon. I don't know if that pardon's coming through. We will see. The president can do what he wants. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you dirty.
Oh my God.
As of now, White House says no. Try something better. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace out. Said White House says no, and I'm pretty sure it's not a go, because Diddy gonna be still in jail, doing his time real slow. Show you right. I'll show you right. It was one more that, oh man, this thing don't be, oh man. Hold up, y'all. Wait a minute. Let me find this. I saw one. It was going to be a double Tisha Tale. Is this it? Nah, I don't want to talk about no Kanye West. What the heck? Oh, my God. That's another dummy. It's a lot of, oh, my, there go another one. It was another Tisha Tale where I was right on her. Let's see this. Refresh. It was a different Tisha that was 12 minutes. All right, let's do this one. Diddy appeal won't save KK.
Yo, welcome back, y'all. Sit down. We got to talk about the way Diddy is shaking in his jail cell right now, according to sources. Why? Because Judge Aaron named Christina Coram, the person that ran Cowboys and Angels, the escort agency, and also the person that either ran or produced the show Gigolos, including Diddy's assistants and his head of security, named them as criminally liable and responsible. Diddy was trying to decide between, should I put my last little pennies into a pardon or an appeal? The only thing is, though, Diddy was like, well, maybe I'll just skip it and sit in jail because he wants to hold on to as much cash as he can because the future is unknown. And Diddy, I don't care what you're saying, my personal feelings, I think Diddy's putting a lot of money into keeping people's mouths shut. And if his money runs low, people will start talking. Because even though his liquid assets might be low, people can actually seize his property to settle any judgments, okay? Diddy has about 100 lawsuits coming up. This is not the time for people to be talking. Now, the thing is, why must Diddy go for an appeal? Because even though he might not want to do it and he thinks he has a better choice or a pardon, or he just sits there for 3 years just taking it, is because he needs an appeal in order to save the people I just mentioned from talking to him. And why is a pardon off the table? Well, for another reason, okay? If you didn't see the last article, if you didn't see the last video, I'm just going to read you what Judge Aaron said. He basically handed them on a platter to the prosecution. He said the court finds by a preponderance of the evidence that the offense also involved Diddy and at least 3 other criminally responsible participants: Christina Coram, Garen James, and Bridget Collins. Christina Coram was his assistant, right? Garen James, the guy that did Gigolos, I believe, and Bridget Collins is the person with Cowboys and Angels, I believe, right? And that it used the services of numerous outsiders that were peculiar and necessary to this offense, including Fahim Muhammad and Diddy's various assistants. They said Diddy was plainly the organizer of the freak-offs and hotel nights. All of the staff that he was using were acting for his benefit and his direction and his money that was used to pay escorts. Even if some of this evidence overlaps with the RICO conspiracy count, it plainly establishes in real time the offenses of the conviction as it goes to the pertinent things, the transport of escorts, Jane and Ventura, and the acts that were in the facts of it. Anyway, Diddy was arguing all this stuff, right? The whole point of the matter with this that I find crazy. Hold on. Now, just to be clear, Diddy at one point hoped that a pardon was a way out of this. This is another reason why Diddy's lawyers crashed out on the steps of the courtroom talking about this judge is a 13th juror and all this stuff, because the judge, through his rulings, literally put a force field around Diddy saying, yeah, you're not getting out of this as quick as you think you are. Now, again, I don't think the judge was being unfair. I think the judge was actually quoting the law, something that the jurors seemed to be ignorant of. Anyway, right? Here's why Diddy was so upset, why his lawyers were so upset, and why he might be forced to spend his last on a pardon that's not going to go anywhere, all because he needs to cover for the people that are criminally liable. Okay, now just to be clear,
damn, my bad, y'all.
Oops, sorry. Just to be clear, I reached out to a few legal professionals and they gave me the 1-2, right? So they're like, okay, we're going to break it down clearly. If Diddy were pardoned in a RICO case, I mean, not the RICO case, if Diddy was pardoned for his Mann Act case, right? Each person's liability is separate. Now, usually they couldn't prosecute anyone at Diddy's pardon because they can't prove that they had Diddy's intent. But the judge actually put in his ruling that everybody had the necessary intent, so they can't hide behind that, okay? If they assisted or helped cover up those acts, and the judge is saying that they did, okay? If Diddy is later pardoned or found innocent, okay? Each person's liability is separate. Even if Diddy's intent or plan was the driving force, KK's actions, that's Diddy's assistant, helping, covering up, arranging, transporting, even if she helped intimidate witnesses, are independently criminal if prosecutors can show she knowingly participated. So even if the lead person, Diddy, is pardoned or he is not convicted, when I say not convicted, overturned, KK can still be convicted if she committed a separate crime. Again, the judge said that she was already separately criminally liable.
Damn.
Or prosecutors can show she believed she was helping a crime happen, regardless of whether it legally did. Intent. A pardon doesn't erase the act or the conspiracy. A pardon is political forgiveness, not a legal rewrite. So if Diddy were pardoned, it only removes its punishment, not the existence of the crime or the liability of others who took part. The conspiracy law makes intent contagious, but not reversible. Under conspiracy law, once multiple people agree to commit an illegal act, like the Mann Act, transporting sex workers across state lines, or even covering it up, everyone, sorry, I just got a text message. Everyone in that agreement can be charged, okay? A later pardon or even an acquittal of the main figure, such as Diddy, does not undo the other's guilt because the agreement itself is the crime, not just the act. And if Diddy were found innocent, right, with the acquittal rather than pardon, it might be a little bit different, okay? Again, KK could try to argue on appeal that there was no underlying crime to aid and abet. However, prosecutors could still maintain she's guilty of her own crimes, obstructions of justice. Remember, she hit those phones? Witness intimidation, transporting someone herself, helping in transportation, or helping with the bribery, coercion, or whatever. That not in the RICO, but the portion of it that was used to cover up what was going on in the Mann Act, okay? So KK wouldn't automatically be cleared. None of them were. Her fate depends on the exact role in charge. Again, what's the bottom line? Diddy is really, really nervous now. He has a bunch of lawsuits coming out. There's a bunch of other stuff the feds could bring up. The judge in his ruling set things up that a prosecution chooses to take it the long way, they can. And whether Diddy is pardoned or acquittal does not in any way take away any of the criminal liability that any of these people that the court said that they actually carry. So at this point, prosecution, it's in your hands. What are you going to do? But one thing is certain, that pardon's not happening. And people are saying that even though the acquittal would get Diddy out and like overturning the ruling and whatnot would be helpful, at the end of the day, it may not save Diddy's people who cooperated and are not cooperated, but were alleged co-conspirators who the court found criminally liable. Again, you guys, I know this is complicated. I know it's a lot, but it's actually pretty exciting. Diddy thought his reign of terror was over, and Judge Aaron, without us even knowing, drew 4 corners that Diddy can't get out of. 1, if the prosecution wants to put pressure on KK and all of them with own charges, they could actually give up more information as cooperating. They could have you on trial for new crimes, okay? That's 1. If you're pardoned, okay, the prosecution can bring charges against those people. Again, new crimes. And if you're pardoned, they might be more likely to speak because they're just like, he got away with this. And I'm not going down with myself. If you get an acquittal, that's not the end of their criminal liability. So if you go for an appeal, okay. If you sit in jail, maybe the prosecution might be like, all right, well, if you sit in jail, we're not going to waste money going after KK. But if you try to get out, somebody's going to have to pay. He then gave him 40 months, okay? I know everybody's saying, oh, what's the big... That's enough for someone to truly get clean and truly rehab and look at their place in life. He also gave him 5 years probation, where Diddy cannot open a line of credit. He cannot open bank accounts. He cannot transfer money. He cannot do anything without the federal government knowing about it. It's going to make it very hard for him to hurt people again, because if he opens his mouth, you already know what's happening. It's going to make him very hard to bribe people, intimidate people, use his money to pay, buy, harass, because they will have an actual thing. They will have, like, literally, he has to tell them, he can't even get a new debit card without them knowing about it. And I know what people are saying, oh, he could just transfer the money to his kids. But yet and still, he could, but that still puts the federal government on alert that, like, wait a second. if he transfers the money to the kids, and then people in Diddy's sphere, because when he's on probation, they can search him, watch him, drug test him as much as they want. If they transfer money to his kids and then they are still paying people, Diddy's team is still paying people in brown paper bags, or they're still paying escorts with cash. Well, what does that do? That is a clear line, because the federal government's like, where did you get the money to pay for these people? Oh, you transferred it to Quincy, you transferred it to Justin, you transferred it to Tristan, and now it's coming. Now their money is commingled and it creates a conspiracy. That is a conspiracy. If you're transferring money to your kids and we see, and that money is coming back to fund illegal activities, you just got your kids caught up in a RICO, and that is a true life RICO. Do you see how that probation of 5 years is actually even more punishment than the jail time? So long. He also has to stay away and him and his associates have to stay away from anybody that testified, anybody involved in the case. Do you see how? And now that we know what's going on, Diddy and his whole stuff about, oh, I'm going to get a pardon, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. If you get a pardon, the federal government has been given the okay by the judge to move forward. Again, say what you want about Judge Aaron. I am very happy with this conviction. Again, it wasn't the judge's ruling. It was the fact that he made sure if Diddy is truly changed and was truly telling the truth, then he ain't got nothing to worry about. But if he was just BS in the court and he was angry and vengeful and he's going to take his revenge on other people, well, then Diddy, you have 100% a lot to worry about. Anyway, guys, we love to see it. If you want more detail, check out the first video I made on the channel. I'll try to put it right here if I can remember. If not, you guys, just check out the channel. It's the Diddy playlist. It's probably the one right before this one. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.
Diddy, you are in some trouble. Yeah, Diddy Eagle just got him a pardon. What? Let's see. I think this is the one I was looking for right here.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
This is the one I was looking for, y'all.
If you are Sean Diddy Combs, I know you mad at your legal team. So here's the thing.
No pardon.
There's a new report coming out from Deadline. They are known for serious investigation, but it is always from like a Hollywood point of view. So it's like the Hollywood Reporter. So some of the sources were actually people's teams and PR, right? So they're super legit, right? Mm-hmm. The thing is, Dateline is saying that, guess what? Diddy thought he had a pardon, but his team messed it all up by going public to gloat, and that scared Trump because he was shocked at the way MAGA was like, heck no, that mofo ain't getting out. Baby, we love to see it. Listen, by hook or by crook, Diddy looks like he's staying in jail. Now, that said, there is a chance that they can pull off a Houdini. But remember when I told y'all to go into the streets and get into the comment sections and make your voices known about whether you want him to stay in or get out? If you want him to get out, I don't know why you're watching my channel. I guess you hate watching, but thanks for the view. But all jokes aside, when it comes to the whole Diddy thing,
yes. Let your voice be heard.
Oh, it makes me laugh at how much Diddy must be miserable in jail. And before you be like, you praying on his downfall, I'm praying on his downfall. He is the architect of his own downfall. This is not a freedom fighter that was wrongly accused, ma'am, sir, brother, sister.
Yes.
He literally is a demon that got caught being a demon, tried to buy his way out of being a demon, tried to intimidate his way out of being a demon, trying to witness obstruct his way out of being a demon.
You know he paid for, y'all don't forget, he paid the security guards for the tape of Cassie to get the tapes and stuff. Yeah.
And now he is in his little demon lair. Mm-hmm. I know the rats and roaches are like in his cell. Are like, when is he being transferred? Surely Dante's Inferno can make another level. Anyway, get into this, right? Trump cools on possible Diddy pardon over risk of MAGA blowback. This is exclusive. It seems like Donald Trump won't be springing Sean Combs out of prison anytime soon. After months of consideration of a pardon for his old NYC party pal, the former Apprentice host has pretty much nixed any notion of a commutation. Any notion at all. Sorry, where was I? They said he has pretty much nixed any notion of a commutation or a get-out-of-jail card for Diddy, we've learned. While nothing is ever set in stone in Trump land besides a grievance, it looks like the POTUS has decided not to do Combs, who was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison, any presidential favors. Baby, you love to see it. Now listen, they noted that a high-ranking White House official claiming the president could free the Mark Agnifilo and Tinny Gurgles represented Combs in the next few days got a swift zero-truth response from the administration. However, they said despite the backlash generated by that story from the Fox Corporation-owned outlet, it was actually White House fears of Trump's increasingly volatile MAGA base turning on the president over Diddy getting clemency that put the brakes on things. A big concern is reaction from the MAGA base, something that one source close to the White House predicted would be catastrophic, comparing it to the discontent of a number of supporters over the way the Jeffrey Epstein case was handled earlier this year. The caveat is the president, prone to make surprise decisions and announcements, could shift in favor of Diddy getting out. They said the president, not anonymous sources, is the final decider of pardons and commutations, a White House official told TMZ. Now get this, right? The funny thing about this is, and I'm going to go live to actually talk about this, is Diddy did his own self in. This fool, his ego will always be his downfall. Think about it. This fool could have just literally quietly gotten a pardon. And he could have jumped out on Friday. What's up, bitches? Y'all miss me? I miss you. Looking like an evil, like Pennywise with gray hair, right? I missed you. Where the Tucci at? Where the F the Tucci? Hey, the way I feel right now, Young Miami could have been like, hey, babe, doing a little, and you know, they are so ridiculous. I'm sure Young Miami had her welcome home twerk dance ready. I'm being dead serious, right? Like on a yacht twerking, hey, while she's back to being dressed like a billionaire's girlfriend. I am sure all this was happening. But the thing about this is that Diddy messed up as his ego. All you had to do was just jump out. All you had to, I know this shirt is, all you had to do was just jump out and pop out and show us. But you had to let everybody know that you wasn't down. Your ego had to take control. You had to let everybody know, baby, I'll be home by Friday because you got mad at everybody laughing. Ha ha ha. Because you got the consequences of your actions. And because, just like with Cassie, when you were at the BET Award and you knew what she was coming at you and you knew the evidence she had, instead of just being respectful and like whatever and then doing something, you had to be like, yeah, thanks to Cassie for holding me down. Love. Cassie looked and said, that mofo is going down. Your ego is the reason that Cassie decided to take it from a settlement and turn it into a lawsuit. His ego every step of the way has been his downfall. Oddly enough, his ego is what made him rise up. So I get in his mind, he's like, nah, but my ego's been my biggest strength. But at what point between your ego being your biggest strength and now it's your biggest downfall, do you not switch gears and be like, it's time to be humble? All you have to do is just sit there quietly and wait till the pardon and then throw the welcome home of all welcome homes. But you had to let us know. You had to rub it in our face. You had to let all the victims know, yeah, I'm going to be out soon. And what you going to do about that? Rubbing your hands together like Birdman. It was your time to shine, right? Shout out to Ari. The whole point of the message is you did this to yourself. And your own ego is the reason that the White House supporters and Trump are just like, wait, never mind. Now, here's the thing. Like they said, Trump might give him clemency in the future. We don't control anything about that. We are not the president, nor do we pretend to be. But as of right now, according to Deadline, who was very reputable, those dreams are DOA. Now, remember when I said, if you go out, if you make your voices known, whether you want it for or against, that is going to sway because they are trying to test the waters to prove, look, there's not going to be any backlash. Get on with that. No, let them know. Let them know how you'll feel if Diddy's pardoned. Now, nobody might care, but it is important to know that you think he is despicable. You think he is vile. Despicable. Or you think he's the best person ever. And you want him to come home because our community needs leaders like him, right? Anyway, the whole point of the message is, I guess I say all that to say,
Oh my God, yeah.
Again, I am not delighting in Diddy being punished. I'm not, because in a perfect world, Diddy would have never committed these crimes. Diddy wouldn't be in jail. Diddy would be who he pretended to be, who we all admired him to be.
Who he claimed to be.
Diddy would be a stand-up man, a great father. Yeah, his love life's weird, but it's all consensual. Okay? In a perfect world, there would be no victims, and that's the goal. But we don't live in a perfect world. And in this, I am laughing at the fact of someone that fought and kicked and screamed to escape all accountability. Well, baby, yeah. I'm laughing that in a perfect world, somebody who fought to escape all accountability is now literally compound on compound on compound. When you should have spent money, you were too cheap. When you were too cheap, you should have spent money. When you should have been humble, you were arrogant. When you were arrogant, you should have been humble. It goes all and all around. I am laughing that someone that thought he was going to beat the system and thought he had all the ace cards are now the consequences of his actions. I'm laughing at the fact that his lawyers told him, you're not going to be arrested. You were arrested. Your lawyers told you, these charges aren't going to stick. You're going to
make bail.
Your lawyers told you, so what? You're going to get out on bail. You, in fact, did not get out on bail. Your lawyers told you, guess what? You're not serving that time. You are, in fact, serving that time. And your lawyers told you, well, guess what? You getting a pardon. And according to the White House,
no pardon.
You might have been getting one, but because of your own arrogance and need to boast, you are, in fact, not getting a pardon. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Damn. If Trump untold truth about Diddy and Jay-Z disturbing secrets and dark ties finally revealed. Oh man, I'm done, man. I'm done for the day, man. Body found in search of Miss USA. Hopefully, Candace got. Oh man, dude, there's so much negativity in this world, man. Diddy and the pardon. I don't think Trump can afford to lose any more people that's still supporting Trump. I don't think he can afford that. That's number one. Number two, the No Kings thing is growing. I think they're going to do another march and all that type of stuff. And he building a ballroom or something in the White House. He ain't thinking about no Diddy. Especially when Diddy said don't vote for him. How in the world? I don't understand how, even if he wanted to, what would make Trump want to do this? Everything is against him doing it. To me, everything is against. You told your people don't vote for that white man. It's going to be a race war. This came out of Diddy's mouth. And now Diddy, what is Trump going to get, or the United States going to get out of giving him a pardon? Because he's famous and he's well known? He did what he was found guilty on the stuff he did. I don't understand how people think, but hey, I'm just telling y'all, I got lawyers too now that I'm talking to. I just don't say nothing about, hey, I got this from my lawyer. Cause he like, keep my name out of it. Cause I'm just talking to you as a friend. I ain't trying to be all up in that stuff, but I know one thing. It's a 1% chance that Diddy getting a pardon from any president. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Hey, y'all tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.